In this webinar, we will introduce you to the EN ISO IEC 17020 Accreditation Scope. The EN ISO IEC 17020 Accreditation Standard sets a number of requirements for the operation of different types of bodies performing inspections. On the one hand, these are general requirements such as impartiality and independence and confidentiality. On the other hand, there are structural requirements, administrative as well as organizational, and management requirements. These include requirements for the management system such as appropriate documentation, control of documents and records, the evaluation as well as preventive and corrective actions. There are also corresponding requirements to the personnel and the facilities and equipment as well as the process. The requirements for the process include inspection procedure and process instruction, the handling of the inspection items and samples, the records of inspections, the inspection reports and certificates, as well as complaints and appeals and how to handle them. The IBS inspection body for construction products and technical fire protection equipment is accredited as a Type A inspection body, which means it meets the highest requirements available. These include absolute independence from the parties of the companies affected by the inspection. The inspectors are technicians who inspect independently and issue corresponding inspection reports. They use checklists for their inspection and ensure compliant processing of a general and technical nature. This way, an essential point of the technical fire protection equipment are proceed. So far so good on the theoretical basics. But how does an inspection service actually work in practice? If a company approaches IBS with an inspection request, the first step is to check the personnel and economic situation as well as the impartial feasibility. If this is evaluated positively, the written assignment follows. Before we can start the inspection, the client must provide the documentation of the system to be inspected. Before we can proceed with the inspection, the impartiality, independence, and the confidentiality towards other participants is checked and confirmed by signature. Only then does the one on-site inspection of the system actually begin by using the appropriate checklist. If deficiencies are found during the inspection, they are recorded in the inspection report. Minimum form requirements such as identification of the issuing body, the date of the inspection, identification of the object inspected or the inspection result, must also be observed in the inspection report. After each report, there is a customer survey. Once a year, both a company-wide impartiality analysis and an employee impartiality analysis are performed. This is signed by the inspector and must then be filed and retained accordingly. To ensure that our customers can rely on a correspondingly and long-term high inspection quality, we have to prove the competence of our employees by means of regular training and monitoring by the quality management manager. Monitoring takes place on a rolling basis every 4 years in each specialist area and in the area of technical systems. For example, detection, fire extinguishing, and smoke exhaust. In addition, there is also the so-called witness audit. Here a specially appointed auditor accompanies an inspection and assesses or evaluates the inspector. Always remember, trust but verify. At IBS we take self-control serious so that you as our customer can place your trust in us without restriction. In this chapter we go into more detail about the national and international technical guidelines and basics of accredited inspection procedures of IBS. I will now show you our accreditation scope directly on our homepage, ibs-austria.at. You can access the page with our accreditation certificates and scope of accreditation right by clicking on the menu item About Us and the sub-item Accreditation and Notification. Further on, please click on the button Certificates and Verifications. By clicking on Inspection Body Accreditation number 0042, you will find the confirmation of Accreditation Austria issued by the Federal Ministry that IBS is accredited as an inspection body according to EN ISO IEC 17020. This is considered as an official document among all accredited bodies worldwide. Furthermore, you will find our current scope of accreditation as an inspection body in the left column under Accreditation Scope and the tab Inspection Body. For example, the standard EN 14972 Part 1 for fixed firefighting systems water mist system can be seen on page 4. At ibs-austria.at you will find all further information on our inspection body.